Gets it to Moncrief, left side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll look to throw again. And he spots Henderson open left side. 20. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And that one results in 35 yards. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7.
Come on, let's go!
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving.
Flex round! Flex round!
36. He's going to get it running right. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Alex Collins, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Giants are in for 6. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there.
Absolutely.
Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
And now they'll try to pile on. Here's a first down run with Collins. He's to the 10, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Alex Collins with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. And a short kick, taking it about the 16.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game, for here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
On first down, it's gone. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey. 180.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Goff. He hits White, complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tight end right. Shell.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
3 down. Here goes Salat. 180.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Salat. 120. Harbaugh.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
I know you felt that one. Not 120. You got 4.
To throw on 2nd down is Goff. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
He likes to go for the sideline. Hey, lift. Starting left here.
From the gun, here's Goff. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hey, guys, check me out. You got 3 down. You got to stand up over there. Check. Lucky.
Now a 1st carry for their fullback. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. It's the fullback. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Charles Tapper in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
He'll look to throw. It's caught by Moncrief. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. He's going to go for a big play down. And this is caught at the 20. It's a big play for the Giants on 3rd down. 41 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Ohio!
On the give, this is Collins running left. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Key to tight end.
Flex round! Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, he finds Henderson, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
And a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And his kick is indeed good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
120. 17.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And Davis has it over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, gone. He's going to look deep down the field. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's 2nd down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Watch right. 20.
Throwing again is gone. And he's got this down to the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, watch 16, boys. Hey, defense, let's go. Jester.
They go play action here on 1st down. On the move to it. He rifles one that's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. He's got daylight. The 30, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
Oh, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point right down the middle. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And the Giants ready to come out now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Double
Play action. They'll throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 36 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make this a second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Ohio! Ohio! 3 down, 3 down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Flex Brown!
They'll set up a throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
Tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He's going to launch this thing way down, and that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 55 yards.
Here we go.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Here we go. 180. Check 4. Hey, 76. 76. 76. Where about that?
Goff on 1st down. And this is caught at the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They come out here in the I. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
On the keeper, here's Goff. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Goff going to keep it himself. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Jared Goff taking it in. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-17. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there. Check. Crunch.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
We got 3. We're going to 20.
After the interception, here's Goff. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
We go, Sadat. 180. Obama.
A shotgun snap for Goff. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. give him 7 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
180. 25 to Mike. 5.
Here's Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Here we go. Tight end right. Maverick wall. 3 down. Louis. 3 down.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Cut. 20. They can't hang with us. Out.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. He will find Davis on the left side complete. And he's got this down to the 35. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Goff dumps it off to Gurley. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
180.
Out of the gun, Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
We're good. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
3 down. 120. Check.
try it here. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Pretty move.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. First carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby. Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down. 24 is the mic.
They'll look to throw. Escapes the sack. He sets to fire deep. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front. Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
76. 76. You're going to sit on. 120.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Single, like 20. Shell.
From the gun, here's Goff. And that one's complete to Gurley. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
4 down. 180.
On 1st down, it's gone. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That's it, baby.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
Right, boys, how you doing right? Move. Cut. 180. Jim.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a first down throw, gone. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
What? White 20.
Now gone. Forced out to his left. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Goff now to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. New York set to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Ohio! Ohio! Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Flex round. Flex round. 24 is the
He'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10.
Flex round. Ohio.
Back to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. No problem there on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw. Deep. It got his man. Complete. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. And that one pretty well wrapped up. The Bengals growing the lead even further. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. New York set to take the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Hey, guys, check me out. Flex round. Flex round. 43. Flex round. Flex round.
He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And the Rams getting set to go now. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, That gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
Hardball, hardball.
56, right there, 56.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
They go play action here on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
5, 12, 12, 12, 12.
On second down, here's Goff. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
17, 17.
Goff on third down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's caught inside the 20. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants' side of the field. A huge play there in overtime. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here we go. Go, son. 180. Super 1.
Again they run with Gurley. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. The Rams on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 10.
Cut. 180.
Here's Goff. Being chased out left. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And who's got it? The Giants. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now.
You got 3 down.
Flex round. Flex round.
The drive begins with a handoff to Gallman. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flex round. Flex round.
They'll set up a throw. And he spots Henderson open left side. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Ohio! Ohio! 4 down, 4 down. Ohio! Ohio! 24 is the mic.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ohio! Let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The Giants on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11.
Ohio! Ohio!
We got 4.
Now back to throw. And Ingram holds it in. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
Ohio! Ohio! 55 is mine, guys. 55.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Henderson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
4 down, 4 down.
Ohio! Ohio!
Mike's 43. Mike's 43.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And room there to work it inside the 25. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. Drama, drama, drama. We saw all of it in this one. Overtime, all the way to the end of OT. The long field goal shot to win it, but they couldn't convert.
And because it's the regular season, we don't play more bonus football. We don't go to another period. It ended right there. You get one in overtime to get it done. Look, let's face it. That field goal attempt was a long shot to begin with. No pun intended, or maybe pun intended. But it doesn't go through, and it ends in a tie.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all